there's a deeper connection. There's a deeper bond there that I think men that may not be aware of that could take and pay more attention to what that journey could look like. Because it made us closer together, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And just to see the transformation in your physical health has been just incredible.
And my spiritual health.
Of course.
Right.
Being able to tap into source. Incredible breathwork sessions that have been unreal. Meditations, channeling, connection. We all have intuition. We all have the ability. We have the frequency to channel source energy. We have this frequency to actually get downloads from the universe. The question is, are we vibrating at the right frequency to receive it?
In order to prepare myself, and then the aftercare as well. And then just really fully embracing loving my body. The thing that I've been working on for quite some time, because I feel like this is one of my gifts to come share to the world, is to help women truly, truly embody loving their body. Welcome to Your True Alchemy, where ancient wisdom meets modern mastery. Today, we're going to have a conversation that has been long overdue. I'm going to talk about getting my breast implants out.
Breast implant illness.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of bummed because I wanted to have the actual implants and I forgot them. They're kind of dried out anyways, because as soon as I got them out, it's so funny. It's like my body knew that they needed to come out so badly that when we were driving home from Austin, Texas, after I got them taken out, I had them and they started to leak. So that's how.
As soon as I put them on my desk.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have like
they were a pound each.
I know, they were really heavy.
And
all that baggage I was carrying
literally
around.
2 or 3 days later, I picked it up and there was moisture and they were starting to leak. So take us back 19 years.
Yeah. And it was on the birthday when I got them out too. So 19 years ago, what was it? December 17th is when I got them taken out. It was the same time that I got them put in 19 years prior. And back in those days, I was living a very interesting unconscious life. Some of you probably already heard my story, is that I was a sex worker and a stripper. And I actually always loved my boobs. I was very much in love with my little boobies. They were nice, perky little boobies. And I never thought that there was anything wrong with my little boobs until I allowed some person to get in my head, my boyfriend, who was also working in the strip club industry. He was a manager. It was a very toxic type of relationship. And just to let everybody know, he would have never gotten in my head if I didn't already believe the things he was saying. Because at the core, I thought that I was unworthy, not good enough, and there was something intrinsically wrong with me. And even before I ever got breast implants, I suffered from body dysmorphia ever since I can pretty much remember. I think it was around like 10 years old, I started comparing myself to other girls. I started idolizing models in magazine. It was like 17. I used to cut out women. Back in those days in the 80s, Twiggy was in style. And so that's what I wanted to look like. I wanted the big boobs, tiny little waist, cute little butt. And so I had this idea of what beautiful was. And so it was very easy for somebody to suggest, oh, by the way, you're going to make more money. Oh, by the way, I like bigger boobs. Oh, by the way, I think it'd be a great idea for you to get a breast implants. And so I just set the stage there, because if there wasn't already that body shaming going on, I would have told him to go F off, right?
I would say there's a lot of people that men and women struggle with body dysmorphia, body shame. I mean, I know guys that are in the gym 24/7 to look better and feel better.
Right.
And they look amazing.
Yeah. I mean, and I can't even imagine what kids are going through right now with Instagram and having in your face all the time. And then like the AI augmentation. I mean, it's nuts, and I remember when I was little, numbing with food, right? So my pattern started with food, where I would numb anytime that I felt tired, anytime that I felt like I was low on energy, anytime that I was I was very empathic. Most people are empathic, by the way, but I didn't know how to process emotions because, my parents were doing the best they could with the resources they had, but they didn't understand emotional intelligence, right? And so the way that I would process my emotions is through the feeling that I got when I would eat. And so I would binge eat. And then I remember gaining a little bit of weight, and my dad, out of good intention, said to me, "Hey, you're getting fat," kind of thing. And like, not to put my dad down, he was doing the best he could with the resources he had. He was a very loving, kind father. I also had a mother that was anorexic in the developmental time of my life, and kind of the whole belief system that was never truly set out or said, but it was this idea that if you are fat, you're lazy, and fat people are ugly. And those were the constructs I was coming from. And so when I started gaining weight when I was in third grade, I was stuffing my emotions. I remember making a decision that I was going to start dieting. And so at 10 years old, I was dieting. At 10 years old, I was going to the gym. I started going to the gym shortly after.
Was that the identity that you created then? Like, did you create this identity of you had to look a certain way?
Oh, yeah.
At 10 years old?
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, also what was going on underneath the hood is I had been diagnosed with a learning disability. And so I was in the class with all the kids, and like, I didn't think I was going to be successful. These were never conscious decisions. These were like, I've gone back and regressed into that time. I was suffering in school. I wasn't doing well in school. There was a reinforcement from people around me. And they were probably just like loving on me and trying to give me love and appreciation, saying that I should be a model. I was very beautiful, all this stuff. And so somewhere along that line, I'm like, oh, this is my way to get attention. Oh, this is my way to get love. Oh, this is my way to get success. And you could see how then it morphed into a pattern that I thought that my body was the only thing that was going to create success. And then as I started stripping and doing the sex work and all that stuff, I thought that my body was my survival, because if I didn't look a certain way, and this was very much reinforced in the strip club world, is that even in Las Vegas, they would, look at you, like weigh you. If you didn't look a certain way, they wouldn't put you on the big shift, right? And you'd be publicly shamed. It's called the walk of shame, where like you have bend over and like look at your cellulite. I mean, all kinds of stuff, right? So this was not something I was just making up in my mind. However, because I had that eternal belief system from the get-go, it just reinforced what already I believed to be true. And that's how belief systems work, is that there's a something that happens or many, many different events that then create a belief system that creates a pattern. And then you start attracting all that stuff to reaffirm what you believe to be true about yourself.
So I love that. Thank you. So out of all the people we've trained over the years, over a decade together, men, women, how many people, what percentage of people that have come through our events that we've seen, because we've gotten intimate with them in coaching programs, in live events, demonstrations, exercises, what percentage of them struggle with this body dysmorphia piece, this really emotional eating? To me is also kind of a part of that. Bulimic, anorexia. There's so many constructs there.
I mean, body dysmorphia is obsessive body shame. From my perspective, that's what I would call it. It's almost OCD type of behavior. I wouldn't say everybody has that. I would say 100% of people, maybe 95% of people, have something that they do body shaming around, comparing themselves to others, feeling not good enough around something around their body, but obsessing about body image all day long. I would say for women, and I don't have any science that backs this up, but this is the women I talk to, I would say about 75 to 95% of women think about how they look. They won't show up for a party if they don't feel like the way that they should look. They'll augment their face. This now the whole birth of plastic surgery and breast implants. Young women are starting to get boobs before they're 18. Like, it's, to me, in my mind, insanity. But I understand where it comes from, because if I had a choice at 17 years old and my mom was like, I'll get you a boob job, I would have totally done it.
Right.
Right. And it's because I hated the way I looked so much. And
what did your boyfriend convince you to get the implants in? What did he say?
Well, that's so at the time I was living with another woman. that we're all having sex together. This is what you do when you're a stripper.
Awesome.
And get this strategy. The reason why she was living with us is because I felt like I would be safer in the relationship and he wouldn't cheat on me, because he cheated on me. He was super violent as well. But I thought that I could control it by allowing another woman into the relationship. And this woman had beautiful, real breasts. And so he basically would make comments about how my boobs are smaller. All of his girlfriends in the past have bigger boobs. So I'm never really going to make money. I also had a couple of strip club managers tell me that I needed to get breast implants. So it wasn't just coming from him. He's like, you're never going to make it. Somebody said that you'll never make it in Vegas unless you get implants. Like, you're not going to make the big money.
That's like a incredible limiting belief.
Right.
It's one of the biggest limiting beliefs ever.
But you think about it, I mean, this is not just for somebody that was stripping and doing sex work. I know women that their husbands say that they should get boobs.
Oh, I know guys that said, if you don't get boobs,
we won't be together.
We will not be together.
Right.
Like, there's no doubt. And I know men that have literally told me that, like, one of the first things I'm going to do after I get married is get my wife tits, implants.
Yeah.
And I think there's a massive construct around that. Like, there's this entire society construct around looking a certain way, right? That your looks will get you through a job interview, and you'll climb the corporate ladder based on how you look. It's incredible. It's
pretty
so shallow, I think, as a society. What happened to, like, authenticity? Where did integrity go? And that's what I think we're seeing right now in this construct getting literally unfolded before our eyes with Hollywood, which I sold real estate for a long time in real estate in California. So I saw a lot of stuff in California. It's pretty easy to get swept up into that world, Right.
And, I think that is a condition or the effect of a society that is so disconnected from
source,
God, source, higher self.
We're disconnected with our own hearts.
Right.
Like, where is that connection? And with each other, energy.
Yeah.
Love.
And it's focused just, in modern day world. And this is not just recently. We can go about the history of women too, surviving because they're looking beautiful. It was a way of control survival as well, but it also backfired. But as a society, we're so about the materialistic, and there's nothing wrong with material things. And there's nothing wrong with being beautiful and using that as an asset, by the way.
Sure.
And there's nothing wrong with wanting to look beautiful and taking care of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with, like, celebrating all of it. However, if you feel like that is all you are, that's where it goes haywire. And that was my thing. And I think that's a lot of people, as they focus only on the physical body as a survival tool, a way of being able to create success, way of not being abandoned. Because I felt if I didn't look a certain way, and even with you when I first met you, if I didn't look a certain way, you would leave me, right? That's how I felt. Or if I didn't look a certain way, like what I believe is perfection in my mind. And by the way, the fucking program changes all the time. Because when I was younger, it was the model look with Twiggy. And then now it's the beautiful Kim Kardashian with all the curvatures and the big lips. Yeah. Back in the day when I was younger, it wasn't big lips at all. And so the target always fucking moves. And I'm going to drop F-bombs because this makes me very passionate. It always moves because that then allows these marketers to tell you
you're not good enough.
You're not good enough. So I can sell you more creams. I can give you plump lips. We can sell you Botox or whatever it is. The beauty industry is so large because it's using it as a way to tell you that your intrinsic value and you are not worthy unless, and then it always changes to where back in the day, well, just wait. In another 10 years, the small butts will be back in style. And so all the people that have gotten butt implants have to get taken out. And I'm not bagging on anybody that's done it because, like, hello, I've gotten breast implants. And if you have boob implants, you just got them done. If you're listening to this message, love them, enjoy them.
Sure.
I enjoyed them for many, many years. It was so much fun having big old boobies.
I enjoyed them for almost 9 years with you.
Yeah.
So from 2013 to 2024, you got them out.
Yeah.
December of 24. And you had them in for how many years?
19 years.
When did you know they were a problem? When did you know that something wasn't right?
Well, the doctor, when I first got them in, said, oh, by the way, you need to get them out in 10 years. And I'm like, whatever, like, I don't even know what I'm going to be doing in 10 years. And so at that time, 10 years flies by like that.
Like the values level 3 mindset.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to be around in 10 years.
That's an eternity.
I'll probably be dead by then. Cancel clear.
It's like that's an eternity. I'm not even worried about, I'm worried about tomorrow or today.
But the insanity that I wanted for me personally, because I do not like doctors. I do not like surgery. I do not like being cut open. Like that is like the most terrifying thing. And the fact that I did it anyways to look a certain way is pretty freaking tremendous, that I would go under the knife in order to do that. And knowing that I had to do it again, it was something that would happen every 10 years. And so the reason why I get them taken out in 10 years, and by the way, a lot of people, that's their strategy. They take them out. According to some people, I've heard that if you take them out every 10 years, you don't get the breast implant sickness, but there's a lot of people that are getting it right away and having them taken out.
I think everyone's a little different on that. And if you think about the frequency of the body,
right,
it is a foreign object in your body. And I think of it like this, like if I was to talk to my brother or another friend of mine, a guy, and be like, hey dude, your pecs aren't big enough. We should put some plastic water bottles like in our pecs to make them look bigger. Like no guy would do that.
People doing their dick.
Well, I get that. I get it. But the difference is your body's rejecting this already silicone, plastic, whatever it is. And it gets in the way of the frequency of two bodies coming together. Our frequency is so much better now than it ever was.
Oh yeah.
Before 2024.
Oh yeah. And I started noticing, but I didn't know what it was.
Sure.
So I started swelling up after the implants, and I thought it was from my binging and purging eating, right? And so that's another, is it the chicken or egg? Because I would have binge and purge type of things, and that was from my mitochondria dysfunction, numbing with food because I had lots of negative emotions and trauma that was undealt with, and then intrinsically feeling tired. And I mean, think about it. As soon as you get them in, you're creating an autoimmune response to a foreign object. It's like putting water bottles in your body.
It is. It's plastic.
So I started really blowing up water-wise, and I thought it was from my overeating. But looking back now, I think probably very shortly after, because I was already taking so many drugs, my body could not process that load on top of everything, the methamphetamine and everything else I was putting in my body at the time. And so I would say that the autoimmune response was right away. I didn't start really noticing it, just like being super, super bloated. And you look back to the pictures when we first met, I would just blow up with water.
You definitely were more inflamed. It's fascinating just to look at even photos from 2021, 22, 23,
right,
2020, right? When we were on stage so much, we were doing so many events, go, 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 good shape. We did all the things, right? We were adventurers.
We thought we were eating healthy.
But when you look at that contrast from what you look like now and what you look like then, like it's night and day difference, my love.
It's night and day difference.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. And towards the last 5 years too, I had this feeling anyways internally that I didn't ever want you to grab them because like I felt like they're going to pop, right? I like had this feeling I wouldn't sleep on my stomach. I didn't want to be squeezed, because when you have breast implants, when you give somebody a hug, you can feel the bags underneath your muscles squeezing and pressing against your body. And for me personally, I like didn't have that heart connection, right?
Right.
And doing the meditations that we do and all that stuff, it always felt like there's an energetic block around my heart, right? Because your breasts are right there.
Sure.
And so just really interesting how that shifted. And 5 years to, I would say 15 years, like 5 years ago, I started having signs of people talking about getting their breast implants out.
Yeah, it was interesting how we got more into the biohacking community with Dave Asprey, friends of ours, and how that was in our purview.
Right.
It was like, oh, and we met Dr. Rob in Austin, and then it was like, oh, this is a thing. And then when I researched it, it was like, whoa, like I was unconscious, like as hell. And I was realizing like, hey, if this is like not good and you're not feeling good, let's get them out.
Well, and I was afraid too. So remember, because, so Cole was the first one that brought it to my awareness, because Cole had gotten him taken out. When we went to Peru, I actually saw her boobs. She showed me.
Right before.
Yeah, she showed me her boobs I think it was at one of her, because I asked her, I was like, so I didn't know that you had breast implants. She's like, yeah, I took them out because I got sick. And so that was probably the second time I've heard of breast implant illness. And I looked at her boobs and they look great. Right. Shout out to you, Cole. I love you. And then during ayahuasca, when we were in Peru, the grandmother, she's like, you better like get your like, I don't know, love for these boobs.
That's right.
Done, because you're getting them out. She said, she's like, go do a party or something, because I needed to debut them at more parties or something. I don't know. Like, that's basically, because that's a part of who I am. I love to run around naked, topless, whatever.
So that was in 2021.
Yeah. So in 2021, she's like, get it out of your system to enjoy what you have, but you need to get them out. And she told me to get them out within a year. Wow. I did. And then I waited.
Did you trust your intuition?
I didn't trust Mother Goddess.
It's fascinating how so many of us, we get these downloads and then we're like, we'll do that later.
Well, it's one reason is because I was afraid. And I think this is something that keeps a lot of women from doing it, is that, my skin was changing. I'm getting older. I noticed that with my breast implants, they were starting contorting a little bit, and like my skin was like sagging a little bit more. So I was afraid if I take them out, I just had an image of my mind of like boobs down to my knees, and it's nothing like that. And that's what I thought. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like those boobies, those are who I am, like, even though that's so crazy to think. And then I was like, you wouldn't love me anymore, even though, so I didn't ask you what you thought for a long time, even though I had this in my mind. It was in the back of my mind because I needed to get them out. And so when I told you, you're like, let's do this. And then we listened to Dave Asprey, remember?
Yeah, multiple podcasts.
Yeah.
A couple gals talking about the illness, people that know Dave. Dave had so many women on. Dr. Rob was on.
Shout out to Dr. Rob. He does the best job in the world. He is the known surgeon for X implants, and he's fantastic.
I think we think the way we look in our vanity is more important than how we feel.
Right.
And to me, one of my top values is health. Now, I'll let my hair down and we'll party and we'll have fun, but we get back on track. And I think it's difficult for a lot of people to do that.
Yeah.
Where you can still maybe put things in your body that's not the healthiest, and you could judge for that. But the reality is, if you're living with that in you, that's a different story that can cause havoc on your immune system, cause havoc on your hormones. Your whole system can get out of whack. And I will say, after 19 years, your body has massively shifted and transformed literally in 12 months.
I know.
Like in 6 months, you lost inflammation.
Big time. And my skin is brighter. I also,
we do younger, my love.
Meditation, when we do our meditations, I have more acts. When we do our sex magic, I can feel the energy go through our bodies, and
for sure,
I'm having better visions. I can sing better. Immediately. That was one of the things I noticed, is that my throat, my voice opened up. Also, I felt like 100 pounds were taken off my chest. And we did a medicine journey with some friends of ours right after we got it done, and a channel came through. I never had that happen through medicine journey, right? So I had a channel come through of a beautiful being.
The frequency and just the vibration of you and I mean, sex has absolutely gotten better.
Right.
And more connected, more intimate, because if you think about it, there's something that's not supposed to be between us, and it's there. And it's covering the heart chakra, which for me, that was a big piece, being highly kinesthetic.
Yeah. It feels, I'm so grateful for Dr. Rob. I'm so grateful for Dr. Rob. And
he does it right too, because it's not, I think a lot of people don't realize this. Do your research, but go down the rabbit hole. The implant gets encapsulated. And so there's literally growth all around it. And it just becomes a toxin in the body.
Another thing that was really interesting. And so the encapsulation, and listen to Dr. Rob's podcast because he talks about this, and I probably botched the science, but sometimes it gets bacteria in it because your body's having an autoimmune response
It's
and trying to like protect the rest of your body from the plastic. And I felt like, you know, because I had gotten those breast implants in 06, and then during 07 and 08, and 09 is when I went to the darkest part of my life, and I smoked methamphetamine for about a year and a half. Like there was so much trauma that was encapsulated in that. And so when he pulled out, because when he cuts it out, this is why the investment for taking them out, when they do that right, by the way, there's a lot of people that are doing it and they're just pulling the bag out and they're not taking the encapsulation. And the encapsulation will still make you sick because all the toxins are still in that scar tissue. And so when Dr. Rob pulled it out, it looked like 2 hamburgers, and he took the encapsulation off. He sent it off to the lab to make sure there was no cancer, to see if there's anything going on with the encapsulation. I saw it, like he did a video. I saw it, and immediately when I saw that, I could see that like all of that energy from that time of my life, because there's always this thought that all the things I did to myself during that period of time in my life I damaged myself severely. It was always in the back of my mind. And when I got it out, it was like the last piece of that old part of myself. And now my true self has come through this new season of me. And by the way, my boobs look great.
Yeah, they do.
They're fantastic.
I love them.
They're cute little titties. And it's like the boobs that I had before, and then breast implants, which were amazing and had so much fun. Those babies helped me make a lot of money, and they were so much fun. And then now I have my now future boobs, and they're fantastic as well. So I think all stages of the breast have been just an incredible journey.
Yeah. And I mean, look, if you think, for anyone listening to this, watching this, it's not like we're influencing you to get them out. However, health is such a high value. If you look great, but you feel like shit, right? You're not sleeping, hormones are off, you're tired all the time, fatigue, brain fog. There's a lot of things that can lead to this based on the research I've done and talking to talking to Dr. Rob and other, you know, ladies that have removed them. To me, like investigate that, because to me, it reminds me of like doing so much work at the ranch or construction and getting like the worst, like, what do you call it? Like a splinter or a thorn that goes deep into your leg that I've had, or foot. Your body is going to try to get that foreign object out naturally. That's what we do. The skin removes it. And if the body has something like that in it, it's trying to get it out, and it's going to do everything it can to put energy and healing into removing that object, which is draining to the body. And if you think about it, it's actually draining your source. Like it is preventing you from healing things easily and effortlessly that would normally automatically happen. But the body's draining those resources to go and try to still remove this thing that's been in there for 19 years.
Right. Yeah.
And that's just common sense. And I think we make health so much more freaking complicated in this country. Like, meditate, get still, get quiet in your mind. Ask yourself, like, is this beneficial to my body? It's called kinesiology, kinesthetic type of a muscle testing, right? Pendulum. Your body will tell you. You don't need a doctor to tell you to remove something or not remove something. You can ask yourself that. And I think that is a really important question, is to get back empowered, take back empowerment, and ask yourself, is this beneficial to my body? You'll get a signal from your body. Your unconscious is your body's intelligence. Like, pay attention to that brilliance.
And just know, if you're listening to this and you got breast implants and you love your breast implants and you feel good, then
Great.
Love them. So again, this is not to like shame anybody that has breast implants,
For sure.
because if you start shaming yourself, that's actually worse than implants in general, because the inflammation that you have from beating yourself up and shaming yourself is even making the whole situation worse. And so really tuning into your body, checking out, like, do I feel good? Because I towards the last 5, 6 years or 10 years, I think one of the reasons why I went into perimenopause earlier is because, of course, inflammation, right? This constant inflammation. And so really, are you feeling 100% healthy? Do you get the bloating? And look at all the breast implant illness stuff on Dr. Rob's site. He has a plethora of information.
A lot of podcasts out there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same thing with so many people we've seen over the years in this pattern where somebody has severe trauma, right? Men, women, and they're just inflamed. Their body is literally trying to, it's almost like you swell up to protect your body from the outside world because you don't trust people, right? Somebody violated you, whatever that is. And that's trauma, right? The body can inflame with just severe trauma, or even like trauma that it doesn't matter whether it's big T trauma. I'm not trying to prop it up here and put it on a pedestal. The reality is trauma is trauma, right? If it's a significant emotional event, negative in nature that you ruminate on, that is enough to cause the body to swell up. We've seen people 50, 60, 70 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight. They release the trauma, they get resolution on this thing. And then all of a sudden they lose 60, 50 pounds, 3, 5, 6 months.
Right.
Some of them don't even change their diet. Some of them don't even start working out, or they just start walking simple exercise. That's why medicine is so much easier than we realize in this country and really on this planet.
Right. And I think it's important to say that, you are, as a soul, having this galactic experience in this physical body. This body is incredible. It's a temple. It is a pleasure suit. And it's here to allow you to experience so much fun and play and to fulfill your destiny of your soul. I believe your soul comes in and you have specific things that you're here to transmute that are gifts. For example, I think one of my big things that I've been here to transmute, because it's something that I've worked through in so many different ways, is body dysmorphia, self-worth issues, also food addiction, as well as physical addiction. I had all kinds of addiction stuff, and it all stemmed from not feeling good enough, right? And so that mess that I created for myself as I came in was the gift that I'm here to harvest and help support other people to break through. And so if you're sitting here and you're struggling with this whole thing, I just want you to know that this is a gift. All of it is a gift. This is what your soul came here to do, to transform, transmute into perfected gold, and then serve at a deeper level. We also have gifts that were innate that come in with. And so just know that you are more than just your body, but then also your body is something to be trusted and treasured. And so the body is important. And so I also think that, with body positivity movement, and there is a lot of different perspectives on this. And I do believe that no matter what size you are, loving yourself no matter what is really important, and health is really, really important as well. And so having that balance between the two.
And health, and not in this rigidity type of way.
Right.
Right. If you want to have a drink, do we drink every day? No.
Right.
Like having fun. Right. And I think that's where it's like Miguel would say in Mayaland, our beautiful elder mentor, he's like in balance. Everything's in balance. I think that's super important for people to realize. Like, don't go, as soon as you go rigid, red flag, right? As soon as you just go to the extreme end, nothing, let it go, right? Forget it all. Like, that's out of balance. So like, just do your best to stay in balance. We're not saying anything's perfect. It's always in cycles and rhythms.
Progress. I'm still working on this stuff too.
Total cycles and rhythms.
And one of the things that really helped me get through the process is I was doing lots of transformational work, so I did a lot of detoxing. So Dr. Rob's program also offers detoxing afterwards. I was doing detoxing before and doing detoxing after. However, I was also detoxing my mental and emotional and belief systems around it, because when I went into it, I was doing hypnosis. One of the scariest moments is when I unwrapped myself in my breasts, because they were so little. They look all like scrunched up. They look like Frankenboobs. And I had to do a lot in my mind and my heart, to send love to my breast and to have kindness the entire time that I was going through the healing process. And I kept telling my boobs they're beautiful and they're coming back in shape. And so it's really important to have a really positive mindset, and also knowing that where these patterns come from. This is something I want to circle back around. Where did you get your image of what is perfection to you, right? Was it talked to you in your family? Did you get shamed? Did fat people get shamed in your family? Was there, a brother and sister that got validated for looking a certain way? What was the patterning that came in originally? And just know that there's this modeling thing that happens as a child. And who did you look up to? You know, I there for a while it was Twiggy, but then I was looking up to pop singers, right? And so those body types, and I was comparing myself to a body type that would never be mine, right? And so that's an endless pursuit, because your body is your body, your unique temple that you picked out before you came here. And for me to look at, you know, Kim Kardashian and want to look like that is kind of ridiculous, because that's not my body type, right? And so learning to love my body type and realizing that that pattern has been programmed. That's not your program. You accepted it, but it comes from something else. And then how's it been passed down through generations? Our belief system as a family, you know, what is our belief system about the way we look, and is it a survival tool? Because think about back in the day with women. As women, if you were beautiful, you were considered property, and you're used as a negotiation tool to be able to create alliances, to then create success, and sometimes ultimately war, whatever the political standard was going on between families. And so that's ingrained into our DNA as women. And then on top of that, the marketing themes that have gone for many, many years telling you that you are not enough, that's in the matrix, that is selling you whatever potion and cream. And so all of this is combined. And we have epigenetics that have come into this as well, as it's survival, right? And then if you have past lives, if you believe in past lives, maybe your body does and or your soul, that comes into consideration too. And so clearing all this junk that isn't ours and repatterning, what do I want to believe about my body? Not letting society tell me what is right for me. I'm going to love and embrace what I chose as a soul to come into to do my mission and purpose. And when you come from that place, and it may not be right away, and when you come from that place, it gives you a different perspective on what your body is for, essentially.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's our soul chooses this vessel, love the vessel.
Yeah.
Right. And if there's learning inside the vessel, because there's all kinds of people doing weird stuff to their body. Right. And it's like love. To me, this is where I think this started for me, was love unconditionally, which I feel like at 40 years old, I just learned it in the last 2 years, like literally maybe 2.5. Like do I love my wife? Yeah, I love my wife. I love my wife so much unconditionally. Right? Really gets you to lean into those shadow areas. You love your body unconditionally, but also like for men, guys, are you willing to support your wife through something like this? Because I know guys that wouldn't. And that's sad. You know what I mean? Because they're more interested in the superficial, what it looks like, what they care about, what they desire, versus what does she want? And what would that journey look like? Right, to get healthy. And I think that's the illusion. I think the matrix is we think about doing it, but we don't think about the cause and effect. The cause of, okay, implants come in, the effect, hey, these will need to come out at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
what goes up must come down.
Well, and I think that the society has hurt men as well, or the program. Let's not call it society. I would say the construct has hurt men just as equally. Is that if you have a beautiful woman, then that means that you're successful, and or you get attention, or you're more desirable, or it creates status in some sort of way. And this is the program that has been in all kinds of music. It's been programmed in our society, in our media, you know, and so men buy into that as well, as their intrinsic self-worth is how beautiful their wife is, or their arm piece, or the object of the day. Gives their ego a false sense of confidence. Same thing with women. When we look perfect, by the way, it's a target. Anytime that, even in the past, when I look back where I used to think I was fat, I look back at those pictures now, I'm like, holy shit, I was like perfect back then. And I would always find something wrong with myself, right? Because the pattern was there's always something wrong with you.
And if you focus on something wrong, you'll find it.
Exactly.
And if you focus on all the right and the good, you'll find it.
Right.
You get what you focus on. So focus on what you want.
And so, by the way, I just want to go back to objectification. I don't think I'm saying that right way. It doesn't matter.
Objectification.
Exactly. I actually, in the beginning of my life, wanted to be objectified. I actually liked to be that arm piece.
Attention.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, look at me. I have the mobster type of boyfriend, husband, whatever. Like, and I'm his like beautiful side piece or whatever it was. Or
I think they call that values level 3.
yeah. And my ego got big out of that too. So I just want to make it very clear not to point fingers on either side. I think women and men do it to each other.
Sure.
Right. And
100%.
we've all been lied to of why we're here. We've been told that what is important is that you go, you get a good education, you climb the corporate ladder, you look perfect, you find your Mr. Smith and Mrs. Smith perfect,
Yeah.
you know, Barbie dollkin, whatever look, and then you have beautiful children, the white picket fence, and you have all the money and you get to travel around.
And then you get the gold watch
and you,
at the end of retirement.
And you have all the brands, right? And you get
the
to
materialistic stuff.
right.
Yeah.
And that's the lie that we've been told. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. However, is going back to, again, if that is your intrinsic self-worth and value, it will never be enough.
If that's all you have, if that's all you desire, you'll always find something to be unhappy about.
And I know that Dave Asprey says we're going to be able to live, if you stay alive long enough, you'll be able to live forever. And I truly believe this.
I'm definitely kicking my numbers up in the
Yeah,
last
me too.
2 years.
Yeah, I would love to live for a long time to
Like
then
12 to 1,300 years.
lots of impact you can make. And as of right now, we all do age, right?
Of course.
And why is it that in ancient cultures, as men and women, when you were older, the sage archetype, the crone for a woman, there is the maiden, the mother, and the crone. The crone was a wise woman.
You were revered.
Right. And so the lines meant something
Wisdom, experience,
versus
resources.
trying to, cover them up, Botox it, facelift. And I'm not against any of that either. If that's something that you like to do with your body, that's totally fine. And it's like, is it truly because you want to do it, or is it because you think you have to do it because society demands it of you?
I think it's ask yourself the question is, how do you really feel about yourself? And again, back to unconditional love. Do you love yourself unconditionally? And if you don't, and you are going after the material, the physical outside, there's something under the hood.
Right.
And I would just investigate that. I would explore that. If I didn't love a part of myself, and I've heard guys say this, like, I don't like this about myself, or I don't love this about myself. I was like, for what purpose? Because that only hurts you.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't give a shit what others think. It doesn't matter about others. It matters about how you feel about you.
You're the only person I know that doesn't have body image issues. Is there anything about your body you don't love?
I mean, I was probably in my head when I first started to grow out my hair, because
Really?
Dad never let us have short hair.
Yeah,
Dad was like military, and
I don't think you have anything. That's so crazy to me.
I mean, I've had people say chicken legs. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, well, I used to shame you because I was shaming myself, and then I would project it out onto you.
People will think of you what you think of you.
Yeah.
If you love you, people will love you.
Yeah. So I guess my statistic is wrong. It's not 100% of people have something.
Because there's a lot of people that I know, they love themselves. They don't care what others think. I know them. I attract a lot of people like that. Like, I love that. Like, you rock it out. Like, however they look doesn't matter. Like, zero values judgment, which, by the way, values level 3 is just a archetype of patterns, habits, behaviors. That's what that means. And
describe it a little bit so people know what you're talking about.
You can evolve. You're evolving based on your thoughts, your patterns, your habits. It's how you were raised, right? Around school, around religion, no school, no religion, parents, no parents. And so we are raised and we adopt all these things that are important to us, or what we think are important to us. And that becomes the packets, the memes of information. It's patterns, habits, and behaviors. And so what's important to some people is like not important to others. And I find that fascinating because that's human behavior, right? It's not right. It's not wrong. It's just look at the patterns of how people were raised. And when you look at that, it makes so much sense. Like somebody being raised, out in the country versus somebody being raised in downtown LA, where it could be dangerous and violent at night. You're going to have different patterns and behaviors of how you're going to respond to your environment. right? And so I think when you have that level of awareness and that kind of education of this system, because it's a values level 4 system, it's structure, order.
But you didn't ever say values level 3. What is values level 3?
Values level 3 is the rebel. Values level 3 is I'm in it to get mine, get out of my way. Unfortunately, there's a lot of values level 3s in jail or prison because they're so about themselves, they don't give a shit, and they hurt others.
It's also the bad boy, bad girl archetype. It's
Which
also
is when you
like
got the implants in.
Yeah, the total sex like magnet,
Stripper.
Or Playboy or Kardashian. I mean, not that I don't know her, I haven't talked to her, but like just like looking a certain way.
It's all about
about money. It's all about looks. It's all about status. It's about, and objectifying yourself, right?
Sure. Like intentionally, like you used to do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with you taking pictures of yourself in your bikini and like loving your body.
It's not
and all
right.
that stuff.
It's not wrong.
Is it the only thing that you do that you think you have intrinsic value, or do you have more in there? Right. And that's a very superficial aspect. It can be for some people. So,
and it's pretty fascinating how accurate the information is, because that's how you calibrate. You calibrate based on behavior. You calibrate based on people's thoughts and what's important to them. You calibrate people based on their behaviors and emotional reactions, right? And that's not right. It's not wrong. Most people have a really hard time holding a paradox, right? And this is where we're at in society right now, this forced choice dichotomy. It's left, it's right, it's black, it's white. You have two, political choices. Like what? What test have you ever taken that didn't have multiple choice? And I think what's fascinating about society right now, we think we only have two options, which means we just have these blinders on, and it's how unaware we are of the bigger picture.
Right.
And it's cool because right now people are starting to wake the fuck up.
Yeah. And I think as people wake up more to their own divinity and really truly connect with their source intelligence, and, like for an example, we take people to Egypt and we're helping them, we're guiding them into connection with their soul and why they're here on this planet. I think a lot of this stuff will lose its hold on people.
Yep.
As they develop their spirit, as they connect with their soul, as they realize why they're here and what their mission and their purpose and their true service to the world is, because then you're not just this. And even if people do continue to get breast implants, augmentation, whatever it is, like, again,
it's your choice.
It is
it's a choice.
And having it in balance.
You have free will. Do what you want.
The way that my life was before was not balanced. I would check myself in the mirror, and I mean, strippers, you don't do anything, but at least I wasn't. I would do drugs all day. I would sleep all day, then do drugs, and look at myself in the mirror probably 100 times. That's like how OCD I was.
But what about the drinking?
Right. Like for an example, when I would go to yoga, I would have to look at myself in the mirror, and
I had to be up front, right in front of the mirror.
So I could look at myself, my
That's
vanity.
Awesome. Everybody look at me.
Yeah. Look at me. But don't look at me because I'm not perfect. But look at me. Yeah, there's lots of parts. So anyway.
Bottom line is cause and effect is what we're all embracing more of. It's one of the Hermetic laws. I think 5 of the 7. I think 5th Hermetic law. Where can we all individually take more radical self-responsibility? Because that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Well, and I hope this was helpful. If anybody's listening to this and you've been thinking about getting your breast implants out, just know that for me, it has been one of the best decisions and the most powerful $25,000, whatever it was, the investment in myself, because
it was priceless, love.
It was priceless.
It's called health.
I don't even know how much it is these days. It's just how much that investment, because a lot of times that's also the sticker shock is that
it was more to take them out than it was to put them in.
$7,000 to get them in, and it was $25K and change, but it was hands down worth every single penny. Being able to sleep better, being able to have better sex, having more energy, being able to recover more when you do have some fun.
Right.
I mean, come on. It's incredible. And
it was
your body
powerful
will look great.
to go through this healing journey with you. And I think that's where there's a deeper connection. There's a deeper bond there that I think men that may not be aware of that could take and pay more attention to what that journey could look like, because it made us closer together in so many different ways, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And just to see the transformation in your physical health has been just incredible.
And my spiritual health.
Of course.
Right.
Being able to tap into source. Incredible breathwork sessions that have been unreal. Meditations, channeling, connection. We all have intuition. We all have the ability. We have the frequency to channel source energy. We have this frequency to actually get downloads from the universe. The question is, are we vibrating at the right frequency to receive it? Are we blocking those gifts? And do we have foreign objects in the way?
It was a distortion field.
Beliefs, distortions, generalizations. Do we have all the filters full of just muck getting in the way of that source energy?
Yeah.
Which most of us do.
Yeah. And we're also working on it as well.
It's a work in progress.
Exactly.
100%.
And so if you're sitting here listening and thinking that, this would be an incredible next step for you, I'll make sure that we put Dr. Rob's information. Highly recommend. He is the best. And also, you can go to his podcast, his website, and check it out. He has so much information on there. And he's an incredible human being as well. And then also, if you're looking to get support in terms of the coaching piece, this is what I love to do. And I can share with you some of the things that I did for myself in order to prepare myself, and then the aftercare as well. And then just really fully embracing loving my body. This is the thing that I've been working on for quite some time, because I feel like this is one of my gifts to come share to the world, is to help women truly, truly embody loving their body.
And I think that's a really good point. The mental and emotional was a big piece of your healing.
That's why they look so great, by the way, with my ego.
And I love hypnosis. And so let's drop a hypnosis audio track.
Yeah.
That could be a 15 to 20 minute track, something simple that you can just listen to. That's a double induction of our voices, because hypnosis is the original medicine. It's how you heal the body. And you've got to first believe in yourself. You've got to believe and trust yourself, and you have to love yourself. Those three pieces is how you heal. Trust, belief, love. When you trust yourself, you'll begin to believe that the subconscious in the body can actually heal itself. When you love yourself, everything falls into place and everything just integrates and aligns. And so I was consistently doing hypnosis with you, putting you to sleep when you were in pain. By the way, peptides was a pretty incredible, I didn't even mention that, but the peptides part of the healing was incredible.
Yeah. And so you can also DM us and we'll tell you our peptide stack.
Reach out to us.
By the way, we're not doctors. And we have it pretty dialed in.
We're not medical doctors. We're just professionals in our own health.
Advocates of health.
Advocates of health. Exactly.
So yes. So thank you so much for joining us at Your True Alchemy podcast, where we talk about ancient wisdom meets modern mastery. And I hope this was helpful. If you love it, if you love this episode, make sure that you like and subscribe and also send it to somebody that you love.
Absolutely. We'll see you in another episode.